because the divine is within us. And so we just take time to be here, to experience the wonder and the greatness of the divine, and to celebrate our greatness as well. Bless each one who has joined us and those who will listen to the video at a later time. They are still with us. They're still one with us. They're still a part of us. We are grateful for each one who is here with us now and later, because there is only now. We sit in the quiet for just a moment, expectant, waiting, desiring to hear, to know, to feel the aliveness of spirit within us. And so it is. Amen.
Welcome to Unity of Payson. I am your platform hostess this morning. My name is Donna. I'm a licensed Unity teacher and have other licenses as well. We won't go into that, but we're glad you're here with us this morning. And if you're new to Unity of Payson and you're with us in the theater, please remain afterwards and we'll greet you in the lobby. If you are new with us virtually, please leave your email in the chat so we can connect with you later and let you know about all of our activities. And if you're watching this recording, please go to unityofpayson.org and leave your contact information where it says contact. And we will send you our Monday newsletter with our activities for each week. So let's all together, those in the theater, say with me our welcoming prayer. Ready? We love you. We bless you. We welcome you. And now it is time for our opening song by Terry Wilder, Rise Up.
Celebrate.
now it's time for gratitudes. We're grateful for those who support Unity of Payson with your time, with your talent, and your treasure. We're grateful for the events that we hold virtually, and events last week included Morning Cafe, Monday through Saturday at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time. In Tender Circle every Thursday at noon. Nonviolent communication as a spiritual practice. Doing that once a month now on the second Tuesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on our Zoom channel. Energy Thursday and Sunset on the Rim last evening. We're thankful for the technology that allows us to meet both in person and virtually. Okay, so moving on, Unity is grounded in meditation and affirmative prayer. We have trained prayer chaplains to support you. Our chaplains are available to pray with you if you have a prayer concern. You may call or text your request to our church phone, 928-235-7142. Our prayer team and Silent Unity will join you in prayer for 60 days. All prayer requests are held sacred and confidential. If you want a prayer chaplain to contact you, please leave a phone number or email with your request. If you're here in person and would like prayer support today, please connect with one of our chaplains who are in the theater. They are wearing a prayer stole. This is my prayer stole today. I'm a chaplain too, but it has giraffes on it. Today's, the Unity Worldwide theme for October is zeal. And the affirmation is, I ignite my zeal by focusing on what brings me joy. What makes us feel alive? And today's speaker, Rev Neal Worthington, when great is not enough. Now it's time for our metaphysical moment, moving right along to the daily word. World Peace, October 17th, 2021. I am a peaceful presence to all in my world. Peace in the world begins with me. I consider it a sacred responsibility to respond to people and circumstances peacefully. I forgive myself for those moments I'm less than peaceful and quickly return to the peace of God in my heart. I am a living expression of God, just as all people are. My tranquility inspires peacefulness where I go and with whom I meet. Each day I join like-minded people in a renewed commitment to be a presence of peace. I give thanks that as each of us communicates God's love in our unique ways, peace and harmony are established in individuals, families, communities, and among nations. And from 2 Corinthians 13:11, put things in order. Listen to my appeal. Agree with one another. Live in peace, and the God of love and peace will be with you. So for my share on this, yesterday I was listening to affirmative prayer with Keith Horwitz from Oceanside Agape Church. And he started out by saying, imagine if you were never triggered by anything anyone said or did or any circumstance in the outer. Imagine if you were never triggered. And so I took that in. And he also said imagination helps us reprogram our brain, really. So I took that in, and yesterday was on a hike up at Horton Creek, and I just kept reminding myself of that feeling of what it would be like if nothing ever triggered me. And I invite each of you to do the same, because that's us taking responsibility. That's us being a peaceful presence in the world. And so it is for me. Amen. And now our speaker, Reverend Neal, will share the message with us.
Put on my glasses, I see some things better. Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in every one of us. That's one of my favorite quotes. You may recognize it as written by Marianne Williamson, and you will be right. Or you may think that it was by Nelson Mandela, because he used that quote in an inauguration speech. The truth of it is, it leads me, that's kind of what led me into my considerations for this message today. The idea of what is great when great is not enough. So I just want to show you something. Can you see this? Nod if you can. I may not see the nod, but this is an orange balloon. Orange because orange is the color for zeal. Zeal, that power, that ability that we have that we celebrate this month. Notice it's kind of limp. Interesting. Sort of beautiful, but limp. We'll get back to the balloon later. So, great is not enough. Have you ever met somebody on the street and said, "How are you doing?" And they said, "Just great." But they didn't mean it. That was just a response that was kind of automatic for them. Or somebody that came up to you, "How are you?" "Fine." Well, maybe not. But that great that's expressed in those greetings is a great with a small g. I'm going to call it the small g great. And that great is not enough. Today I'd like to speak about our tendency to play small, to live only a little. And I want to remember our design as divine creatures, divine creations, and the heritage that calls us to be more, to be more, to be more. And then I'd like to investigate how to expand beyond our small self to our divine self, how to go from great with a small g to great, that true greatness that is in store for us. So let's jump into it. When I'm talking about greatness, and great perhaps not being enough, I'm talking about living subpar, calling it great, but turning from the possibility of evolving, of expanding, of being more. That's that small great. That's an automatic response. When I was a child, a mere child, I can remember two things that were part of a mixed message for me. It was my mother, because my mother delivered, my father delivered messages on Sunday morning, but my mother delivered the rest of the messages most of the time. And this was a mixed message, because she would tell me and encourage me and spur me on and say, Kent never did anything. But then a few minutes later, she would say, oh, you can't do anything right. You're as worthless as, and I won't tell you what she said because it wasn't too nice. But that was a mixed message for me. Yeah, be great, but you're not great. Well, that's been with me throughout my life. I still work with that from time to time. And that mixed message of my dreams, my hope, that which I feel like is mine to do in this world is out there. It's exciting. It's great. It's, maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe it's just a dream, a fantasy, if you will, and it will never become reality. So maybe that's true for you as well. Maybe you have your dreams. They're big and they're bold and they're exciting. But then maybe you think, I kind of don't think they'll ever come true. They're great in that small g sort of way, but they may never be really great. So if you're doing that, as I've done that, you're living small. I'm living small. Sometimes you may have celebrated some excitement, some achievement, and then you shrink back to living small. So that's what we're talking about today. Why is it important to talk about this? I think it's important because that small g great, has displaced an idea that I believe to be very much true for each of us, that we're created in perfection, with unlimited possibilities in front of us. So we have a divine heritage. Because we have that divine living within us, we have a divine heritage that is like the nature of the divine. We are expressions of the divine, and we're very much like that nature of the divine. So having that divine heritage, we have, of course, a number of the things that the tools that we talk about here, the 12 powers that we've been working with this year, the power of zeal that we're talking about this month, those tools are all, that's part of the divine heritage that we have. And then we have unlimited potential to explore. Do you really believe that you have unlimited potential? I say it, and sometimes I really feel it, sometimes I don't. But we do have that unlimited potential, or as Deepak Chopra would say, we live in a field of unlimited potentiality. It's unlimited, but we think small. We live small. So we are also charged to do greater things. In the Christian scriptures in the Gospel of John, there's a very familiar phrase, and I've paraphrased it just a little bit. It goes like this: the one who believes as me will also do the works that I do. This is reported to be the words of Jesus. And in fact, will do greater works than these. In fact, will do greater works than these. Do we believe this? Oh, I so much want to believe it every moment of my life. And I do sometimes. but I'm charged with this, and I'm a possibility of doing greater things. This particular scripture in the 14th chapter of John is set in the context of another saying that you probably remember. Jesus reportedly says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I like this, the idea of living, of being greater, of knowing the truth, of seeing the way. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am destined for something greater. So how do we, in the light of this perfection that was part of our design, how do we make that happen? I've thought about that this week, and I've come up with two practices that I think is important as we think about growing, expanding, evolving, living greater. And practice number one is self-reminding. Reminding ourselves of who we are. As our power of zeal talks to us, living in the joy, finding that joy spot that's in our life and living in that, remembering who we are in the fullest sense of the word. Then it's also, what are my dreams? Heart's desires for you that just are there and that stay there, and that you sometimes see clearly and sometimes you think they're not going to happen. So reminding yourself will be involved with being, who am I? Am I that person that's created in the nature of the divine? And what are my dreams? What gives me joy? What brings me joy? What am I passionate about? What am I zealous about? And then, what do I want for myself, for my loved ones, for the world? What do I want for myself? Self-reminder. So I suggest that this practice is something you might want to consider regularly, saying, who am I? What brings me joy? And what would I want for myself, for my family, for those I love, and for the entire world? Second practice that I think, other than self-reminding, is what I call awakened enlightenment. I don't know if you have studied Buddhism at all, but enlightenment is very big in Buddhism. The Buddha was the enlightened one. And for a Buddhist, enlightenment, knowing, awakening to enlightenment, means that the cycles of life that haven't worked so well, that haven't served so well, have come to an end, because the consciousness has risen to a point where that's no longer necessary. So that's, in the Buddhist philosophy, is the lives that we live, the multiple lives that we live. For us, it might be the patterns that we established early in our life. And they don't serve us, but we keep reliving them over and over again. That subconscious mind keeps bringing them up, doing our thinking for us, so we don't do it consciously. And we relive those patterns again and again. They're comfortable, but they don't bring us what we desire. So I think awakened enlightenment is knowing what is ours to do, knowing who we are, choosing. That's a beautiful thing, to have the power of choice, and we do. Choosing, intending then, putting that intention out there of where we want to be, aligning that with the dream that we have, the heart's desire that we have. Releasing is a part of that awakened enlightenment. Letting go all of the impediments that would block us to the good that is there for us. And then finally, putting them into action. What is mine to do today? What is the very next step that I'm to take? That is awakened enlightenment, for, as I'm calling it today. So we've looked at our tendency to play small, our divine heritage, and how we make it so in our lives. Let me go back to Marianne Williamson. Remember, she said, "Who are you not to be brilliant, talented, gorgeous, fabulous?" And I would add, who are you not to be intelligent, inventive, eloquent, attractive? Or you add the descriptor for you. Who are you not to be great like this? And she goes on to say, as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. What a wonderful idea to think about and to live. Remember this guy? This little limp bit of plastic? I suspect that none of you listening to me are like this, without any breath being put into it. Just limp. You are not that absolutely at the bottom of it ungreat. You are perhaps great like this, a little bit. A little bit great. Living mostly small, but every once in a while something comes up, and it even can deflate, and we shrink back. Or maybe you're somewhere in the middle here. You're really experiencing some achievements, some satisfaction. You found your purpose a little bit, and you're working with it. But there's still so much more. There's still a greater sense. There's a great with a capital G that's waiting for you. So, excuse me for breathing that air into the balloon, but the idea is there. Almost as though a divine breath can breathe into us to allow us the wonder and the excitement. Let's see if I can get this tied up so we don't lose any of that greatness. But, you know, this example that we have here, I have two big fingers. Well, remember the greatness like this, I'm going to let it go. And the illustration of the balloon is not enough, because even that greatness that encompasses all the air that that balloon can hold is only a start. The greatness that's possible for us is beyond that. It's unlimited. It's exciting because there is no limit in sight. We will do greater things. We have the potential to do greater things than even the master teacher Jesus did. I believe that surely. I'm learning to live that. Remember that you are the child of a magnificent universe, ever growing, ever unfolding, always expanding, and ever rising higher. And so it is.
Lots of balloons everywhere. Well, now that we have gotten a spark going, now it's time to prepare for meditation as we listen to our meditation song. How great thou art.
God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made. I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. And sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When through the woods and forest glades I wander and hear the birds sing sweetly in the trees. When I look down from lofty mountain grandeur and see the brook and feel the gentle breeze, then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, O Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made. I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art.
And now we want to take some time to truth that has resonated with us, to burrow its way into our very being. So would you be with me in this time now? Would you slip past all of the thoughts you have, all of the activities that you planned, all of the challenges that you have? Slip past them into a place of quiet where you breathe and notice that. And you begin to feel the breath of divine in, through, and as you. In this quiet place, I want to take you to a spot where I was yesterday. I hiked a trail and sat beside a small waterfall. The sound of that waterfall was music to my ears. If you can believe it, it was quiet at the same time that it was rushing over the rocks. It allowed me to be quiet in that spot. So sit with me there, seeing that water coming down to the stream and then rushing over the rocks to a deeper pool below. The great peace of that place, that setting, and just luxuriate in that peace. Just be. Look up and see the grandness of the trees beginning to turn color, the tall ponderosa pines just reaching for the sky, the mountain in front of you, the brook beside you, the path behind you. How great that is! But how great thou art as well. Take all of the obstacles that come to your mind. Pack them up in that knapsack and put it behind you. Every obstacle. And just be. Just feel that divine gift that is waiting to express to you and through you and as you in greatness. Not a little great, not a perfunctory great, but the greatness that is the design of creation at work in your life. Let that flow over you. Let that enliven your dreams. Let that heighten your joy. And just sit in the silence for a moment, feeling that. Yes, you are great. Great with a capital G. You are ready to evolve, ready to expand, ready to unfold into something so much more. It's waiting for you. You will know it. You'll know what gives you joy. You'll know who you are. You'll choose to express that. You'll intend it. You'll release all of those obstacles that you did put in that backpack. You're not even going to pick the backpack up and carry it out with you. You're going to leave it there. And then you will, as you know, as you're prompted step by step in the day, you will put that greatness to work in your life. You'll experience it. You'll know it more and more each day. And so bringing that with you, bring your awareness back to this time and the place where you are. And in that awareness, say thank you. Open your eyes now if you have them closed and wiggle your fingers and be back here now. And so it is.
And so it is. I love that image of the divine breathing breath into us, like we are that balloon. I love that image. Well, thank you for that, Reverend Neal. Anytime I want to remember who I am, I just will take a holy breath and release all that is not mine. Now it is time to share our gifts and offerings. Unity of Payson appreciates your gifts in support of this ministry. As you listen to the offering song, you'll have time to make a contribution. The offering basket will be passed in person here in Payson. And if you're attending virtually, the information for giving is on the slides. That is at unityofpayson.org. And there's a donate support tab to click on. So please bring your attention to your gift at this time. And let's call to mind our heart's desires. Together, let us affirm. Freely we give, and freely we receive. And we are grateful, so it is. Perfect work of art, Karen Taylor Good.
Oh, the sculptor Michelangelo was asked how he got in the flow and made the lovely David from a giant block of stone. He said, well, he was in there waiting. My job was simply excavating. I just took away what did not belong. And I know somewhere not so deep inside of me lives that perfect soul that I was meant to be. Let me be the way I was created. Let me find a pure and simple heart. I'll chip away all jealousy and hatred and reveal God's perfect work of art. Well, I think we're born on angels' wings. Heaven sends such graceful things, like love without condition, knowing we are not alone. Then descends the soul's dark night, shadows come and block the light, and as the years go by, we turn to stone. My block of stone is made of fear and doubt, but the real me is crying to come out. Let me be the way I was created. Let me find a pure and simple heart. I'll chip away all jealousy and hatred and reveal God's perfect work of art. I'll reveal God's perfect work of art.
Now it is time for our dedication of the offering. So imagine I'm in the theater Oh, there we go. All right. So we have the offering and we are going to dedicate it. So we bless the gifts that have been given. We bless the givers. We see the gifts going out to the larger community. And we see all needs met. And we see a return of the gifts to the givers. And so let us say together, divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. We are abundantly prosperous, and we are grateful. And so it is. And so we continue with our theme for the month of zeal. And the affirmation, I ignite my zeal by focusing on what brings me joy. Next Sunday's speaker will be Betty Bennett, licensed Unity teacher. And the title of her talk is, I'm so excited. And now I'll share a few announcements with you, but there are many things happening at Unity of Payson. Please check the website at unityofpayson.org or the Monday newsletter that comes out by email for all the details. So all meetings are on Zoom and love offerings are appreciated. The first I'm going to announce is the 5 Sages class. That begins October 18th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And it'll be on Mondays and Fridays for 3 weeks. And it's on Zoom. And you can call in also. And I think we're going to do some dress up for that. We also have a Course in Miracles discussion led by Rev Neal. The next one is Tuesday, October 19th. And that is at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Zoom. And that's the first and third Tuesdays of each month. We have the men's group, Thursday, October 21st at noon at the Pizza Factory. Let's do lunch. And then we have the Halloween annual spirit sharing talent show. Now we're going to do that by Zoom on our unityofpayson.org Zoom channel from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, October 30th. There's also an in-person Halloween party going on, and that starts at 4 p.m. and you can contact Mary Ann for more information. Now, do we have Mary Ann's contact information? Let's see. Well, we don't have that here, but I'm just going to move along. We have a PS from Neil. Reverend Neal?
Yes, I'm here. If you would like to contact Mary and you don't have that information, email me Neal, Neal, .unityofpayson@gmail.com. Or you can go to the website unityofpayson.org and just send us a message there. We'll figure out how to get you connected. We're kind of doing a Zoom party, joining the Halloween party in process, or a Zoom spirit sharing, and we're looking for people who want to share. We're pretty lenient on how the talent's got to go. It basically can go any way you want it to go. So we look forward to that fun time a little later in the month. Back to the 5 Sages class. This is going to be exciting stuff. I really hope you can make it. We will begin by meeting Confucius tomorrow night. and we'll learn a lot. We're focusing on not the religions that were started in the name of all of these sages, but the individuals themselves and their teachings. Rick and I have put this together, and well, you're just going to be, you're going to enjoy it, I know. And I hope you have a lot of questions. If you don't have too many, we may even get done before 7:30. I know that's the listed time, but I would think it'll go an hour or so, generally speaking. We hope you'll join us for that occasion and spread the word. Invite somebody else to come and join with us as well. So we're going to conclude our service today. We're going to do it a little differently. We're not going to do the prayer for protection today. Somebody said to me, wow, the peace song is a really good ending note. So we're just going to sing the peace song, and we'll go out on that note today. So if you're here in the theater, if you'll join or stand and join with us as we sing. And here we go.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as Creator, family are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, this is my joyous thought. I take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
Thank you so much for being with us here today. If you're online, hang in there for just a minute. I'd like to recognize you. And if you're here, feel free to socialize and be considerate of each other in the lobby. Mask up, if you will, and we'll conclude our service. But Rick, if you can put
Something,
up,
Neil. I
Yes.
wanted to read some messages in the chat, please.
please go ahead.
So Marianne says, call me at 928-533-2608. That's 928-533-2608.
Great.
And also, one more thing, there's the What's It All About show on Wednesday, the 20th at 6 p.m. with guest Suzanne Bishop, Reverend Suzanne Bishop. So I'm so glad you let us know about that, Marianne, so we could attend that and honor Reverend Suzanne Bishop.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. For those of you online, delighted to see you, Kathy Hicken. Well, I'm not seeing you, Kathy Hicken, but I know you're here. She's waving. There's the waving. Frosty. Frosty's such a pillar of this community. Nice to see you. Teresa, Marianne, Joy from Colorado. I saw Susie here a little bit ago from Washington State. And who else? Seems like there's one more. Am I missing anybody?
Barbara?
We're delighted to see Barb. Oh, that's who it was. Barb's in the middle. Barb, you're it's lovely colors, but we didn't know exactly who it was by just looking.
Marianne.
Thank you. And Marianne, did I miss Marianne? Well, we've heard from Marianne. Marianne is always here. So bless you all, and we'll see you soon. The next thing, 5 Sages, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock.